Look, it's Remy. Look, it's Oro. I don't know if I've seen this. I'm pretty sure I haven't. It's pretty modern. I think it was 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago. It's the 7th. Currently it's the 21st. 20th. 2 weeks. Oh, that's the combo. He missed it, but it's so hard to get. So like I never see anyone hit it. I've only seen it a few times, but it's so tight whenever you see it. It's the most incredible combo ever. It works with launcher, but it's much. Whoa! I wanted spacebar. It works with launcher, but it's much easier with It's much easier with jump fierce, but it works with crouch fierce too. Jump fierce, cold blue kick, late connect, dash, and then you charge partition. During that dash, you charge partition, flash kick, and then you flash kick there. And he did a jump, so it looks like he probably tried for it. It's really hard to do. It looks really cool though. I'll probably try and find some people in the Discord who can help me learn. That was a good little parry. He had a cold blue kick there, I think. I don't know. It's hard to do. I don't know if it works on Oro. I never have anyone do it on me. Jump fierce would have been nice there. Flash kick requires a Kara. He got the Kara, but wasn't point blank. He got the Kara. That's hard as fuck to do. I think the Kara is from towards medium kick, so it's charge down, towards medium kick, up kick. Is it up kick? Yeah, it should be up kick. So that's one, that's really hard to do, and two, it's very easy to get an EX flash kick that whiffs if you drop it. So the only things that change are your storm and your stone use, right? The stone and the surge. You don't have like a constant increase in damage if you pick power stone, right? Eternal 1.1 damage or anything. That was a nice little bait projectile. I think a lot of people would wake up parrying there. Huh. That was a really well chosen anti-air. Close roundhouse. Probably OS parry into close roundhouse. I didn't really see the OS parry, but there might have been one. No passive buffs. So just the stone and the surge, or the surge and the storm. Time, space, mind, reality, power, and soul. I need to make sure I know all of those. Mind and power seem to correspond just a little bit. Time and space seem to correspond just a little bit. What about soul? What about reality? I don't know what's going on with either of those. That hit pretty deep. Ugh. Tagged. How loud is this, by the way? It's pretty quiet. It's set to very low volume. I could raise it a bit, but I don't care about the volume. I don't know if anyone else does. Did not parry. The light one is pretty hard to see. I get good success when I use it, and I usually fail to parry it. I shouldn't say usually. I parry it more often than I fail to parry it. But it's very, if I miss the parry on any of them, it's usually the light one. know if he... That didn't look like Remy's car throw. He might have just missed the car throw and been at the right range. Remy's car throw is seeable. It's pretty good. It's one of the better car throws. He really needs it too. His mix-up is not super solid. If the fireballs did a bit more damage, and if they built meter on whiff, Remy would be okay. He still wouldn't be good, he would just be okay. He would be like mid. Any buff to the fireballs would be a pretty strong buff for Remy because he like uses them a lot, even though they're shitty. This is, in terms of screen control, the fireballs are quite good. In terms of literally everything else, they're horrible. The speed, they could stand to be a little slower. The damage is crap. They don't build any meter. They do build meter for the opponent. Oh, thank God. Never mind. Oh, he managed to throw his way out somehow. Kosume. I've never ever heard of this Yun. I don't like it when Yuns do low forward, light shoulder. Don't like that string. Yeah, it doesn't combo. Not in this game. A parry behind a stone. I don't know. Maybe. Yun's EXDP is kind of good but kind of bad. It's punishable, but most people don't really expect it, so you don't really see it get blocked that often. Most people kind of disrespect Yun's wake up because he hates using EX moves. And because there aren't that many EXDPs anyway, so most people disrespect all wake ups. Disrespecting wake ups is how you play third strike. Ugh, that was a bad up kick. He had like, if that was a shoulder, which it was probably supposed to be, he had a Gane into probably a kill. Now Remy can still get out with a well-timed DX flash kick or something similar. Yeah, but that's all he owns. Aww. When there's a cool Remy player and he gets beaten by a rando Yun. There's a rando Remy too, to be honest. The big man. Muru Muru. What a good parry and what a horrible punish. You have to like kind of spot when you parry with Alex. Alex is one of the characters where, like, if you're Ken and you get a parry, like 80% of the time you want to do like strong fierce, like fireball super or something like that. And maybe if you're far away, you want to do like low forward super. Like your options are pretty laid out for you. You know what you want to do. There's only a few things you want to do, and it doesn't really. The only thing that matters is distance. With Alex, there's a lot of things you can do after a parry. You have to evaluate how far you are away from the opponent, so you might only be getting a poke if you're really far away. You have to evaluate how long the recovery of the thing is, because you can just punish anything with, like, say, like, if you parry, you can almost always do, like, stand strong EX drop or something like that. Stand forward EX drop. Those just work. However, if it's like kind of a, if it's got a lot of recovery, you can parry into like a flash elbow, flash drop, and then you can get much more damage. And his combos vary a lot based on range, unfortunately. Alex can actually get out of that super fairly well with his super 2. That's like one of the only nice things I'll ever say about Alex's super 2, is that it's not bad against Gane. It's got super priority and it's got invincibility. And if it hits a mid-air opponent, it'll waste Yun's entire Gane time. And if it hits him on the ground, you'll get a lot of damage. And it's not like your meter is precious for anything else. Your Alex has the hardest time spending meter of any character. Possible exception 12. Alex is like a rare example of like very little useful EX and also no useful supers. Slash up is pretty good, but it's horrible depending on the matchup. EX slash up, that is. EX flash off is generally good. EX stomp is generally bad. Command grab doesn't have an EX. Half circle back kick does not have an EX. EX knee is generally okay. Overall, not a great set of EX moves. But not horrible. Remy's EX moves are pretty mediocre, and his supers are not great. Super 1 is alright. Super 2 at least can be confirmed a little bit. Super 1 is an okay super, and it's not... Super 2 is at least good enough that people occasionally pick it instead of Super 1. In Remy's defense. Look at us jumping! Oh my, what a shitty punish. Oh. He probably didn't want to use that. No, he had no health. Weighing it all is probably good in his book. I think regular SPD probably would have whiffed. Or not been fast enough. Hugo Yun is sometimes stated to be a 5-5. It probably isn't. It's probably still in Yun's favor. But a lot of people like to say it's 5-5. It's probably 6-4 Yun. But it's weirdly even. Hugo fights Yun well. A lot of people like to put Hugo in like secret mid, and one of the main reasons is he fights Yun well. I don't think people usually think about that like it's one of the main reasons, but it is. Like if you were just thinking about how Hugo fights Dudley or how Hugo fights Chun-Li, or even how Hugo's fights Ken, you'd be like, Hugo's not a very good character. Alright, what's the best news today? Hugo's like 3 lights away from winning. Oh. Puzzle favorite Picross headed to Nintendo Switch. The Switch would be a really good platform to play Picross. Next week? That's really soon. I could be playing Picross on the Switch next week on the toilet. That's pretty cool. That was a really bad punish on the Crouch Fierce. That was a really bad Crouch Fierce. That was a very shitty button to hit in neutral. This is how I play this matchup. It's not great. It's like a lot less good than it looks to throw constant medium uppercut, medium fireballs. It's good. Medium fireballs control Hugo's movement a lot. But technically speaking, his clap trades super favorably with your fireball. And it's also not that hard to trade. Oh, that was a bad button press. He was too early. I do have a Switch. I bought one day one. I also bought Zelda day one. However, I have not yet played Zelda. I also bought Bomberman. I played a decent amount of Bomberman. Super Bomberman R plays a lot like the old Super Bomberman games on like Super Nintendo and stuff. It's very nostalgic for me to play them. I had Super Bomberman 2 and I played it a lot. I think there were 4 or 5. There were like a shit ton of Super Bombermans on Super Nintendo, but the US didn't get all of them. They only got some. Their first video waifu was Super Bomberman 2. That was a nice parry, I guess. Whew. Pretty Bomber? What? If you're attracted to Pretty Bomber, that means you literally... Ooh, nice pickup. If you're attracted to Pretty Bomber, that means you literally like anything feminine. I use that combo. I invented that. It's nice seeing other people using stuff I invented. Granted, he didn't learn it from me, he just invented it too. We both concurrently invented it. That's not a hard situation to get out of, but a lot of people get overwhelmed. Chances of Oro going for an instant overhead on you, they're basically nil. Or like, you know, instant overhead maybe, but an overhead not at all. Dude, Pretty Bomber literally has no characteristics at all. She doesn't have a personality, and she doesn't have like any qualities. She's just pink, and she has eyelashes maybe. I don't even remember if she has eyelashes, and that's it. And like maybe a heart theme. Hugo can jab really easily to trade with fireballs. Oro gets really fucking wide when he throws fireballs. However, jab and fireball trades are not that bad. I'm willing to get jabbed in order to hit Hugo with a fireball. That being said, Hugo has a lot more health than Oro, so technically it's a bad trade. But like, you get meter and you get screen position. Who just comes in and hits a tiny URL? Is this guy a robot? No one click that link. Not until this man explains what it is. If any mod wants to do some mod work, here's a good chance. I guess I could do it since I'm not doing anything else. But I don't want to just click that. I don't want to click that link, but I don't want to just ban the guy without knowing that it's a bad link. You use up your juggle potential there doing that. There's no follow-up to that super hitting. The super can only get 3 hits. Why'd you click it, dude? You shouldn't have clicked it. Now the whole world's gonna break. Nice parry. Whoa, also a nice parry. Alright, I think account being created today is a good reason for ban. Alright, I'll do it. Where's the ban button? That is your house. God button. Empty jump throw versus empty jump stomp is pretty good. All right, who wants to be a mod? First one to post a dog face becomes a mod. We have no mods. It's time to get one right now. I got a lot of people who are deserving of mod status in here. Pilcrow. You did it, dude. Ominous did it too. I thought Ominous was already a mod. I can have 2 mods. There you go, your mods now. Welcome to the mod domain. Maybe next time everyone else. EX clap. EX clap destroys 3 hits of the super, which means that Oro can no longer get an unblockable with that super. However, there's an extremely good chance the final hit of the super will hit you. So it's not good if you're about to die, but it's good otherwise. Using one of your EX bars to nullify one of Oro's supers is an extremely good trade, and you should conserve, if you're the Hugo, you should conserve most of your meter for that. Fun fact, if you're a mod, you can use my emotes, I think. Pretty sure. He had a super there, chose not to use it, probably because the stun was so high. Never mind, he immediately supered after getting the stun. I don't think you really need to use that, but it's not going to be an issue. He had full meter, so like he wasn't building any bar. And he'll probably get a bunch of that bar back by the time 3rd round even happens. So like it's not a big deal at all to use that meter. Oh, it's something I have to enable? Disgusting. That's a good end here. Oh, this is probably Dizzy, right? Disgusting. Clap, clap. Oh, he got the super too. Why on earth would you super there? He knew he was going to have the super by that. That's a good Hugo player. He had it by quite a bit, so not that good. But if it was me, If it was me, I would have done stand strong. Or EX Lariat, perhaps. Well, I would have gone stand strong for sure. Yama. This guy is a quite good 12. I'm real good at Picross. Bafioki Picross stream might be real soon. Ugh. Most web Picross clients I find kind of aggravating. Doing it on paper is just fine. Doing it on the DS is pretty good. The web ones are like, it would be so nice. It's so easy to have a good Picross client. If it's just like click to make boxes and hold like a button and click to make X's, that's perfect. Whoa, that hitbox. Heavies cannot trade with mediums, boys. That's a stand heavy punch beating a stand medium punch clean. Stand jab into needle. I've never seen that string, and yet it's like a very obvious string. That was a well-timed super. He was going to low profile any jump attack. Hugo could not do anything except parry. Ugh! Can't parry while air dashing. You can't, well, you can't parry that anyway. No punish. You can do unsafe stuff really willy-nilly. Huh? It got a hit on Hugo. 12 was still in this. That was a bad button. It got a hit on Hugo, but it didn't play out the animation of needles. I've never seen that trade like that. That was really strange. I think that super doesn't have any invincibility, although it is low profile for its whole animation. Games I'm looking forward to. You can't just say that. You can't just ask me what games I'm looking forward to when like a game I was looking forward to just came out like a couple days ago. I don't know. Let me think. Games I'm looking forward to. There's games I'm anticipating, but I'm not looking forward to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of curious how the new Metal Gear will do. Metal Gear Survive or whatever. But I'm not gonna buy it. But I'm curious. See that willy-nilly? Sure, you can see 12 shitty punish. You can go nuts against 12. That's one of his really big weaknesses. There's no downside to playing like a retard against 12. His best punish is like throw. Mario Odyssey for sure. I always play Mario games. I don't even plan it like that. Mario games are just really easy for me to pick up and play these days. That's medium Tatsu, medium DP. Konami have made like the most boneheaded decisions I've ever seen. Like, Capcom is bad, but Konami's like still worse. I do not understand. Nice uppercut. That car throw so big. Ooh, he checked the swing. That was really smart. Playing the footsies was a lot safer. Any other Akuma in the world would have done low forward Tatsu there. Jump back, fireball, dash, and low forward Tatsu. It's so easy. Or like low forward DP or something like that. Low forward DP super. It's so easy to like. Ooh, nice. Good Kara. Oh, that did all his health. He's dead. Oh my lord. Hold on, time out. Let me see that again. Look at all his HP. Look at all his HP. How would you feel if you were just playing this and you were just doing alright and then all of a sudden you just died? Fuck, you didn't even have a spec. Konami has a lot of really good IPs that they cancelled. That Strike Chun-Li is truly the worst Chun-Li of all the iterations of this character. Just thinking about it since Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out yesterday. Thinking about Chun-Li's toolset in every game, in Street Fighter 2, in Street Fighter 3, in Street Fighter 4, in Street Fighter 5, in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, 3, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, CVS. This Chun-Li is the worst Chun-Li we've ever gotten. Not even just because she's broken, she's uninteresting too. Nice. Worse is in, like, I wish that she was gone from the game. That was a really good block and then a really good tech. He guessed very right twice. I haven't seen that in a while. I was on you to go over a fireball. What are some other games where Chun-Li is more interesting than this? Capcom, no, what's it called? Capcom Fighting Evolution has a more interesting Chun-Li than this game. I'm pretty sure that the Chun-Li in the Saturn version of Street Fighter the movie, the game, is more interesting than this Chun-Li. One character from each mainline SF game. Yeah, the Alpha games have a better Chun-Li. Much better. Chun-Li's pretty neat in Alpha. The thing about Chun-Li in Street Fighter Alpha 3 that I really like is that all three isms play really differently. Chun-Li actually gets more changed between her isms than almost any other character. She only has her up kicks in V-ism. She's got all her different supers in A-ism. And she's got chain special moves in X-ism. I actually like Forte. I'm Camp like Forte. Camp likes Forte. People who don't like Forte don't know Forte. They don't understand. They just hate without reason. Once you lab out Forte, he's actually a pretty tight character to fight and to like. I don't know. Nice punish. Good combo. Necro's in a pretty good position here. He's got a super. Chun-Li doesn't have a super in its last round. Chun-Li not having a super and like him. Chun-Li can't build meter very easily against Necro. She can't like whiff buttons like she can versus a lot of characters. Now it's bad. Now it's really bad. Now it's GG. Rufus is... I don't really like fighting him, but I'd rather fight Rufus than Seth, to be honest. But they're not my least favorite characters. Tommy hair. Who's my least favorite character? I need to think about that. Who's a character I just do not like whenever I see? I don't really like Ibuki at all. I don't like fighting Ibuki, and I don't like the concept behind Ibuki. We've had much more interesting Ibukis in other games. Even Cross Tekken Ibuki is much better than Street Fighter 4. I feel like there's a really obvious answer of a character that I just despise. Every time I run to him, I'm just like, God, fuck it, I hate this character. Oh, dropped. Alright, he can do one rep, which should be enough to kill. Ah, he did max meter build instead of max damage. Interesting kill. That's actually really neat. I've never seen that. Same medium kick into stomp as a chip out. Because even if they parry the same medium kick, they can't throw punish you. Because stomp is throw invincible from its first frame. And also if they hit a button, you'll get hit midair. That's really neat. That's a very strange and interesting punish option. Technically they can throw you. No, I don't know if they can throw you. Because you're canceling. They should be able to still throw you because you're frozen for like 4 frames. And throws are 3. I don't know if you're frozen. I don't know how cancels work there. This is a very shitty matchup. I'm an expert in this matchup being shitty. Comfortable 7-3. Possible 8-2. Don't throw fireballs. Oro fireballs can be punished at like all ranges except absolutely max full screen by Chun-Li super. Not super hard to react either. It's very bad. It's very shitty. This is the worst matchup that doesn't involve a bottom tier. However, he can kill right now. He's got enough resources to kill. What a fuck up! Oro is absolutely helpless in footsies in this matchup. Every one of Oro's buttons whiffs on Crouching Chun. And not only does it whiff on Crouching Chun, but Chun-Li can use the best poke in the game and use it to self auto-hit confirm her super. Oro can't do anything on the ground. The best thing Oro has of all his buttons on the ground, the only thing Oro has that's even remotely good is down medium kick, and it trades with Chun-Li's crouch medium kick. And hers goes farther, and if she counter pokes you, you're fucked. Like you eat a super. But you can trade. You'll usually trade. Like occasionally you'll get a clean hit, occasionally she'll get a clean hit, but you'll usually trade. The best you could do is trade. I can't stress enough how shitty that is. No, like, the damage output doesn't matter because Oro's high damage output stuff basically relies on him getting a clean connect that he can never get because he has no mix-up. Oro's mix-up does not exist. Oro cannot prevent Chun-Li from holding down back when he's close, ever. The worst he can do is throw her, and throwing her resets to neutral. And neutral is where Chun-Li just wins. A lot of people see Oro's Touch of Death in the corner using Tengu, or they see like his infinite mid-screen, they're just like, oh. The infinite's actually really shitty against Chun-Li because you have to use the light super, which means you literally have to be cornered to get the infinite on her. You have to get a close stand strong that you hit confirmed while cornered, and then you have to cancel the light super after the chicken juggle or whatever your starter is. You can jump in on Chun repeatedly, but jumping in on Chun doesn't really do anything other than waste time. Her anti-airs are not great, but like, if she's just anti-airing, if you misplace your jump, she can fuck you up. Like if she walks into you and hits roundhouse, or if she hits like down medium kick and you're out of range or something like that. Chun-Li doesn't look like a strong character on paper. There's a little gag in the Third Strike community that Chun-Li and Sean swapped tiers from Second Impact to Third Strike, because in Second Impact Sean was top tier and Chun-Li didn't exist, and in Third Strike Chun-Li is top tier and Sean doesn't exist. It's a little joke. Chun-Li was pretty dominant early on. Ibuki is like as good, maybe a little better than Sean. Ibuki's a little better than Sean. I think that's pretty agreeable. No, Ibuki Super. Well, it is. Ibuki Super is a lot like Chun-Li's in the fact that you can jump cancel it. But Ibuki setting up her super was more like Ken Shippu, and Ibuki's super range and her super speed is a lot more like Shippu as well. It's like a halfway between Chun-Li's super and Ken's. Whew. That was a really interesting sequence. Smart play from both players. If I played any other character, Second Impact would be kind of neat to play, but Oro is very jank in Second Impact. Oro has no EX supers in Second Impact, and if I recall correctly, he also has no double jump. I don't remember he has the double jump. He has a very, very stupid jump arc. I don't remember when he started double jumping. He also has no chicken combo, or rather, he has chicken combo, but every single character is twins. Every single character in Second Impact juggles like twins do in Third Strike. If you get a mid-air connect or a corner connect, you can do chicken combo. If you get like a regular connect, you can do very specific, like, you can do the first hit of chicken, but then it crosses up. So you can't loop it, but you can get a little bit of a pickup. His Tango Stones is best of both worlds, which is pretty neat. You've got the infinite juggle potential of 3 stone, but the time limit of 5 stone. Tomenaga's a nut. Why do you go for that combo? You go for like the most droppable combo in the universe. Any combo is going to dizzy there. There's something very charming about old fighting games, that there's not a whole lot of universal mechanics. That was a weird juggle to go for. Some characters can combo out of supers and some can't. I feel like if it was today, either no super would have a combo afterwards or every super would have combo afterwards. There's a certain style that a lot of games, fighting games have. Right around, mid around this era, the mid-90s fighting games. Maybe the early 2000s. Like all the KFs. The balance philosophy was really similar. I call it the do your best balance philosophy. They didn't use universal mechanics to ensure good balance. They didn't have like bug fixing. It was the this looks balanced, I guess, era. Oro is a good example. Weird juggle. Looked like a Makoto juggle. Aw, it's really hard to parry out of that. Yuri did a slight variation on his normal combo to make a harder to parry sequence. Remy went down. That's it. I got one more video. 24 minutes. A classic, Ree versus Ken. Samurai. That Ken's name I can't read for shit. I've seen that second character before. And that last character might be... It's a double up, but it might be Sama. It looks a little bit like Sama, but I don't remember what Sama looks like. It's not... No, it is Sama. I recognize every character in that Ken's name, but it's been so long since I've seen them. Later. Yeah, it's a good dungeon. You can make it safe by getting the dizzy. That dungeon does not, that stun is not guaranteed to go into that jump. You take a little bit of risk by jumping there instead of doing dashing crouch fierce. A good masher can mash out in time. That reckless DP and the punish was crouch jab into a guess sweep. What a horrible world every 12 player lives in. That was a nice jump roundhouse though. If you see 12 go for the air dash at all, it's not a horrible idea to DP him. It's not great, but it's not horrible. If he punishes you, which he probably won't. Oh, reversal something got stuffed. This is the best possible dizzy you could have asked for. Why didn't you just go for a Tatsu combo, dude? Tatsu does the same damage as hard DP, but it's a lot harder to drop. You have to do kind of wacky motions to do crouching buttons into DPs in this game. And if you use standing heavy punch, it's slower. Look at that. See, the risk of a DP isn't that bad. He did a hard DP and he got, like, thrown. His hard DP got parried and he got thrown. If 12's air dashing, he can't parry. Probably the most significant weakness of 12. Okay, it's not. Because the most significant weaknesses of 12 are all, like, so-and-so. X doesn't exist kind of weaknesses. That was a good dive. But you couldn't do anything to get out of the way of that dive, and no timing of the Denjin would have hit, ooh, 12 there. It's a good parry, but, like, he's got a long road. You know, that super hit, he actually would have nearly won. Yeah, the real problem with 12 is he doesn't have a target combo that confirms any super. Imagine if he could do, like, fucking, like, stand strong, crouch fierce, and then super cancel. And then imagine that super cancel could either go into Super 1 for the combo, or like jump cancel out to Super 2 or something like that, or like Super 3, and then you can pick up, after transforming, you can pick up a combo. 12 already has combos like that, but they're really hard, and they're pretty few and far between. They had some of them in Online Edition. In Online Edition, you could do like Axe, one hit into X copy into Urian, and then crouch jab as Urian, and that was like a 1-frame link. If X copy recovered a little bit faster and you could do better links, it still wouldn't be good. I like that. Chances of him hitting Ryu out of something were extremely high. The only problem is he couldn't parry during that jump in because you had to maintain down charge. So that was pretty risky. Yeah, and after Urian gets crouch jab, you know what Urian gets? The best possible thing he can get is either an EX tackle. I don't even know if EX tackle works, it might not. Best possible thing he can get is a light headbutt. And the best possible thing he can get after a light headbutt is a crouch jab, which was the trial. Trial's honestly embarrassing, to be honest. You might have missed some. I was playing it. I did 60% of the trials. It's fun. It's real fun. And every way it's different from NBC3, I tend to prefer it. Nice. Can't shake out of that, I don't think. The general consensus is that 1-frame links are bad and not good. That was a very weird combo. That was kind of impressive that he got that to go the right way. Define reliably. 7 times out of 8, yes. 100 times out of 100, I don't think so. I've been meaning to make a Street Fighter V combo video. I came up with a pretty dank idea. My combo video will be themed around useless counter hit combos. What do you guys think? It's just a bunch of counter hit only links that do absolutely nothing. Street Fighter V CMV, useless counter hits. It'll be things that don't look like they should link that do link. But they won't be good. I'll naturally not have any counter hit only combos. I mean, fuck, any crush counter combos. Nice. I don't know the timing on the parry of that for shit. Probably bet most people don't. Twins look really good when they're played well. Tucker is one of the better Yangs, like ever, in the whole lifespan of Street Fighter 3. Tucker is one of the best Yangs. He's not even that bad. That looks like the light roll, but it's actually the medium roll. The light roll fully whiffs there. The medium roll has no rolling whatsoever. Yeah, it's very strange. In this game, the roll is quarter circle, and the teleport is DP. In Street Fighter 4, the teleport is quarter circle, and the roll is DP. That pisses me off. I hate when moves change motions, especially when two moves swap motions with each other. Makes it so hard to go back and forth. Just run with it, dude. It's okay to have a DP style move on quarter circle forward. A DP motion is arbitrary, damn it. It's too late to try and be like, oh, every DP motion is an anti-air. You can't do that. You lost your chance. There's too many DP motions that's unblockable that are not anti-airs. Sayambu unblockables are pretty easy to do on Hugo. And they're looping. Meter builds real quick. He deliberately did not super when he had a good super opportunity there. Just trying to win without it, which he did. If he gets any variety of knockdown, say a move incoming. Ooh, nice. Oh no. This matchup is supposed to be absolutely garbage for Yang in Street Fighter 4. But in this game it's okay. It's probably in Yang's favor. Probably not a lot, but probably in Yang's favor. It's probably 5-5 actually. I'm not sure. Sayambu does a lot of work, to be honest. Yang does like maybe better in this matchup than Yang does. But in Street Fighter 4, Yang Hugo is supposed to be really shitty. Yang is supposed to get fucked by Hugo. Sprite work? Marvel? What Marvel are you talking about? Most of the sprite work of Marvel is just ripped straight from other games, Darkstalkers and Alpha. Modern Marvel doesn't have sprite work. The last Marvel game with sprite work was Marvel 2. What era are we discussing right now? Which Marvel? The sprite work for the Marvel characters is extremely good. The stuff that's not ripped is actually amazing. Magneto looks great. Psylocke looks great. Storm looks really good. Oh, you're just making a joke about the title. I'm just being memed on. That combo's really cool. Layered sprite stages are pretty sick. Like this one right here. The stage is very confusing. I can't imagine a place like this existing in real life. It's supposed to be like a club, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Do you think Remy listens to trance? That palm is safe, and if it hits, it leads to some pretty fucking high damage and stun. You can actually do that palm into Rekka into super, although you usually wouldn't because it's only barely stronger than Fierce. But it's cool that it works. I think it's in Marvel 1. There's a stage in one of the Marvel games. It might be Marvel Superheroes. There's a stage where there's like a rope bridge between two buildings. And I swear to God I remember that you could like break the rope. But I tried for like a super long time. And I couldn't find any way to break it, like jumping on it with heavy characters and shit like that. But I have this distinct memory of it breaking and leading to like a second stage. I have like this vivid memory of that, but I couldn't recreate it in any way. This was like 15 years ago when I tried. In Marvel 1, there's a bathhouse stage where you can... It's like an E-Honda bathhouse, but you can break the side and then get to the women's bath. And then there's like, you know, women in towels cheering you on. I think Sakura is there. Back then I didn't recognize her, but I think she's present. Sakura in a towel. I could be wrong. I don't remember the characters in that stage. They kind of underutilized the characters in the background. You know what game absolutely utilized to the maximum background characters? Super Gem Fighter. That had some good ass stages. They were dynamic, there was a lot of shit going on, and they put Easter eggs everywhere. Super Gem Fighter is a game that should come back. Super Gem Fighter is one of the best things Capcom's ever done. We need more casual fighting games, damn it. Yang's custom intro with himself. Furo is also an extremely good Yang. I feel like Tokuro is probably better. But everyone has good days. Well, I feel like Capcom still has a really good potential to make a comedy game, but they keep on making serious like entries. I guess Cross Tekken could definitely be called comedy. Almost every interaction was played for humor to some degree. I guess Cross Tekken was a comedy game. There was a little bit of edge too. It was like it was like 70% comedy, 30% edge. More like 80-20. I've never played Project Cross Zone or whatever. There is definitely a lot of comedy in Street Fighter V story mode. How well all of it plays out is a bit debatable, but I would call it mostly comedy. Nice. The stand jab cut short was really good to catch the high block. Did I just fart? No. Many fart noises you may have heard was probably me exhaling or something of that nature. My finger brushing the mic. Oh, wait, no. You're talking about the line from Cross Tekken. Isn't that a line? Isn't there farting? Isn't there like a fart line? That's not Cross Tekken. What is that? Oh, it's Abigail, isn't it? I'd never done that. Isn't that like part of Abigail's story? I haven't done Abigail's story mode yet. Or Minot's, or Ed's. Oh shit, is it over? Exhibition. Tommy. 'Ugh. That was a really good pickup. This is one of Urian's strong points. Observe Makoto's health. I'll put my mouse on it. About that much. On a little bit to the right and then a little bit to the left, so I lost my exact position. She lost about half her health, give or take. Because he spent 1 EX bar and got 1 anti-air EX fireball. I mean 1 anti-air fireball. And he spent the EX bar on reaction, so he didn't even have to like commit it on, I guess. I have played Marvel, and whether I'm gonna get into it, maybe? I'm still a little bit on the fence. Urian Oro's also capable of getting anti-air fireball into combo, but Urian's tool set makes it more practical. He got the mid-screen unblockable. He did some kind of weird charging shit. Still managed to turn it into a mid-screen unblockable. That was kind of cool. Ryu's playing like... Oh, he might be dead. He might be dead. He might be dead. Makoto's scum, dude. Makoto is actually scum. That's nasty. He had a tiny bit of prior stun, and that stun is a touch of stun combo on most characters. But he was knocked down and then immediately Karakused. It was like sweet plus touch of stun combo. Ironically, Makoto's matchups aren't great. Like, she's probably the 4th best character in the game, but most of her matchups are... She doesn't really dominate most characters. It's usually like 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Maybe some 7-3 somewhere. Very, very few people can do that touch of Dizzy so consistently. Tominaga is a rare class. It's I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna sleep some. I'll be back. Against Q, she's the best character in the whole game. Q, people say Q Makoto is the most unbalanced matchup in Third Strike, which it probably is. Anyway, be back later.